Hey, Oaks, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm in Sweden and it's cold and raining. But other than that, I'm pretty good.
Well, that's good to hear. Now, before we start, do you want me calling you Winona or Oaks or Johanna?
I know it's a bit confusing. I think for this purpose, it's good to be Oaks.
Oaks, it is such an honor finally meeting you. Welcome to America's Dance 30 for the first time.
Thank you. Such an honor.
Congratulations on the amazing success of Never Been Yours with Benny Benassi.
Thank you. I mean, yeah, I can't believe it myself. I'm like, what? Is this for real? Like, yeah, but yeah, I'm so happy. Like, so happy.
It is such a smash. I saw that a lot of amazing writers were on this song, so I can't wait to talk about how it was born between you and Benny Benassi. But since this is the first time that you're on America's Dance 30, let's get to know Oaks a little better with Finky's firsts.
Okay, yeah.
So I always love finding out the origin story of artists. Did I see that when you were younger, you were into horse acrobatics?
Yeah, I did vaulting when I was younger. I did horse jumping, and I had like 5 horses.
Wow. And do you still have any horses?
My sister has horses, so yeah, I still ride horses.
So besides that, I also saw that when you were younger, you played violin and piano. But when you
Yeah.
were growing up, was horse acrobatics or music the first thing you wanted to get into, or was there something else you wanted to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be a writer when I grew up. I wanted to write books, and I wrote a couple books, like crazy stories, and my teachers would like call my parents and being like, like, is your child okay? Because the stories were like so dramatic. So yeah, I wanted to be a writer, and I also wanted to like do music, but I didn't think that that would be like possible.
Well, I'm so glad that it actually did happen for you. Now, I was absolutely mind blown when I found out that Winona Oak isn't your real name.
Oh my God.
It is
Yeah, no,
such a realistic name.
not as a Swedish person. I don't think I would know anyone in Sweden. But yeah, no, it's not my real name. It's a made up name.
When you were deciding on an artist project name, was Winona Oak or Oaks the first name you were going to go with, or were there other names you were considering?
Well, did have some really bad names to start with. I'm not gonna tell you the bad ones, though.
Oh, come on!
It was like I tried everything. I was like, I really tried to find like a good artist name, and I wanted something that, that people could find, like, especially like coming from Sweden to the US. I was like, okay, it needs to be something that's not too complicated. And yeah, and then I just my last name in Swedish is kind of oak tree, so like oak. So I wanted something with oak, and then I just love the name Winona, and I yeah, that's how it turned out. And then when I started my electronic alter ego, I wanted people to still connect the project to me, so I felt like I can just do something with oak again. So and that's how Oaks was born.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised because I knew you as Winona Oak and then Oaks, and I'm like, when did that shift happen that you just went with Oaks?
Well, I wanted to start an entire project dedicated to dance music because I love dance music and I love writing dance music, and I felt like having like, you know, as many features as I've been doing, like, and still doing my Winona Oak project and doing like all the electronic collabs on my like indie project. I feel like it was a bit confusing, both for me as an artist and like with algorithms and stuff. So I wanted to dedicate an entire project to electronic music. So that's how it was born.
Gotcha. Well, I love the name Oaks. Well, speaking of dance music, I think one of the most underrated dance songs of yours is Hope with the Chainsmokers. Absolutely love that song. But do you remember the first song you ever wrote?
I do remember it was called Horses Are My Best Friends. I was like 5 years old.
I love
And
that.
it was very dramatic and poetic. It had like three lyrics. It was like horses are my best friend. Horses are my best friends and like animals are I was such I loved animals so much, so I feel like it was just about my love for animals and horses and yeah.
Now, not necessarily that one, but if you're ever having like writer's block, do you ever go back to old stuff that you wrote to kind of revisit it?
Yeah, with shame sometimes, when especially the songs that I wrote when I was like 19 and I thought they were so good and then I listen back to it and I'm like I feel so ashamed. It's I don't know, it's like it took me a while to know, develop like my songwriting and like, when you're singing, you only get better at writing and singing. Like the more you do it, the better you get at it. But in the beginning, like I thought I was, this is the shit. But now when I listen back, I'm like, this is not strong. This is like some of the lyrics are like, I feel like ashamed,
Well, if it
but
makes you feel any better, pretty much every songwriter that I talk to, that's their answer. I mean, you got to start somewhere, so it makes sense.
yeah, totally. Like it's nice to see the development.
Now, besides Benny Benassi and the Chainsmokers, you've also worked with Telecast, you've worked with What's So Not, Robin Schultz, Rehab, Alan Walker, Martin Garrix, and so many more. But do you remember the first dance song that made you fall in love with EDM?
I mean, I've always loved dance music. Like since I was a kid, I think I really loved all kinds of dance music. Like it was just I loved how it affected me. And I remember when I was a teenager, I would listen to really like hard, like almost like techno.
Oh, wow.
And I loved Rakes Up so much. And that's not hard techno, but it was like I fell in love with like one of their albums that they did, with Susanne Sanford and like Robin, like such a beautiful album. And it just always loved dance music. And I think even like the more like the pop dance music that Robin has been doing, cry dance, like it's so interesting how you can feel like the pain and you can turn the pain into something that you like wanna dance to. Like it's kind of like crazy to me.
It's poetic.
Yeah.
I love that about dance music, too. That's why I always love dance music with vocals. It's got to have vocals to it to keep me. Now, finally, in Finky's firsts, do you remember the first person that believed in your singing?
Probably my parents, but I don't know. Like, I mean, I think it was when I was like 16. I had a crush on someone who was like very popular. And I remember when I was singing, that was the first time he noticed me. So I guess that affected me a lot.
That's amazing.
Like it was such a long time ago, so it's like it's fine to talk about now. But I was like, yeah, I remember I performed and I was like, oh, people actually like my voice. And yeah.
It's incredible looking back on those innocent times, isn't it?
I know.
I remember when I moved out of my parents' house, I remember finding a cassette. God, I just dated myself, of me singing to, I used to get like vinyl that had the lyrics on the back of it. And it was a cassette of me singing to that. And literally when I listened to it, I broke into tears because it was like, where is that innocence now?
I know. No way. Yeah. We don't have that anymore, do we?
No, we don't.
No.
Well, let's talk about happier stuff. This huge song with you and Benny Benassi. I saw that Mo and Noonie Bao actually helped write this song as well. How was Never Been Yours born between you and Benny Benassi?
Yeah, I mean, so the song, this is like one of the songs that I didn't write. And like, I never really jump on songs that I didn't write. So I just heard the song and I was like, this song is so beautiful and powerful. But both in terms of the concept and the lyrics. And I just felt like I need to be on the song because I loved it so much. And then when Benny Benassi did his production on it, I was like, it all fell into place. But it was, yeah, I feel like the song is very powerful to me. It's like, taking control of like a bad situation and being like, you think that I was yours, like you think that you broke me down, but like, I got this. So it was really, I just love how it all turned out.
Yeah, it really is a powerful song. As a singer-songwriter, is it harder for you to, I guess, get into a song when you're singing it, when it's not something that you've written?
I mean, as long as I can identify with the lyric, like, if I feel the lyrics, I feel it. And then it doesn't matter who wrote it. I'm just happy and like grateful to be part of something that maybe I couldn't write because maybe I wasn't in a place where I could write lyrics like that. So for me, no, as long as I feel the lyrics, I can sing it. But if I don't feel it, then no.
Gotcha. Now, how long ago
Yeah,
did you guys start working on it?
it was a while ago. I think the song was like, it was one of those songs that was like maybe not gonna happen. And then it just like kind of, forgot about it. And then I was like, oh, it's actually happening. And I was so happy because I loved the production and I love like where he took it in terms of the production. And I was like, oh, this is lovely. And I was really happy that I came out because there's so many songs that you write and, just put it on the shelf and you never know if it's going to happen or not. And then when it actually happens, it's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, I remember chatting with Nina Nesbitt and her telling me that she had songs on her hard drive for like 5 years that she never even
Yeah,
put out. Is that the way it is with you as well?
definitely. Definitely. Like I have so many songs and sometimes I even forget about songs that I actually really love. Like songs that I listen back to now and I'm like, oh, this is actually like a good song. Like why didn't I do anything with this? But that's also so nice with the Oaks project that I can find homes for songs that maybe like I can't find homes for in my with my indie project, like with my Winona project. But I can find a home with a DJ and they can turn it into magic.
Well, I'll be
So
honest with you. I hope we hear a lot more of those songs that haven't been released yet.
you will, you will definitely hear a lot.
Congratulations on the incredible success of Never Been Yours. What's next for Oaks?
Well, I have a song coming out with Noted, and super exciting, and with legend Tiesto.
Wow.
Yes, so super, super exciting. Fun story, I was gonna perform the song with Tiesto during AD in Amsterdam, but I got food poisoned.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah, it was like the worst FOMO of my life.
What's even worse about that is this year was my first time in Amsterdam for ADE. So I totally could have met you, but I was like, where is she?
Oh, yeah, I did do some really, really fun performances with Nicky Romeo and with Mike Williams, and that was incredible, and it was such a fun experience. But I was so excited to perform with Tiesto and to finally meet him because he seems like such a nice guy.
Oh, you guys have
But
never met before.
no, we haven't. So, but next year for sure.
Well, 2025 is definitely going to be the year of Oaks, and I am totally here for it.
Yes,
Oaks, it is so awesome finally meeting you. Thank you so much for your time with us on America's Dance 30.
thank you. Also meeting you as well.